of tobacco in any form isn't safe. If smoking continues at the current rate among youth in this country, 5.6 million of today's Americans younger than 18 will die early from a smoking-related illness. That's about 1 of every 13 Americans aged 17 years or younger alive today. Preventing tobacco use among youth is critical to ending the tobacco epidemic in the United States. Tobacco use is started and established primarily during adolescence. Nearly 9 out of 10 cigarette smokers first tried smoking by age 18, and 99% first tried smoking by age 26. Each day in the United States, more than 3,200 youth aged 18 years or younger smoke their first cigarette, and an additional 2,100 youth and young adults become daily cigarette smokers. Flavorings in tobacco products can make them more appealing to youth. In 2014, 73% of high school students and 56% of middle school students who used tobacco products in the past 30 days reported using a flavored tobacco product around that time.
Hi, I'm Brianna Johnson, and I'm here from EPIC, EYPC, Engaging Youth for a Positive Change. I'm here with Miss LaNiece. We're talking about policy change, changing the age from 18 to 21 for people to be able to purchase tobacco products. How did you initially become involved in policy advocacy?
When I realized that policies are set in place by local municipalities, that's when I began to realize that it is important for us to make sure that our voices are heard when policy issues arise. So we have elected officials, and it's important for us to let the elected officials know what our concerns are so that they can make the proper votes when they go to their different municipalities or to their various meetings, and that they are truly representing the people that they are representing as their elected officials. So policy is very important in regards to everything that we do in our lives, from the day we leave out of our house and we're on the streets all the way until the point where we actually come home and go into our house in the evening. So
that's all that I have for you today, and thank you for answering my question.
Thank you for your time. Have a good one.
Use of multiple tobacco products is prevalent among youth. In 2016, about 3 of every 100 middle school students, 3.1%, and nearly 10 of every 100 high school students, 9.6%, reported use of 2 or more tobacco products in the past 30 days. In 2013, more than 31 of every 100 high school students, 31.4%, said they had ever tried 2 or more tobacco products.
Hello, I'm Thomas-Flagg with EPIC, Engaging Youth for Positive Change, and we're here with Claudius, who's also from EPIC, and we're going to discuss his opinions on the policy for changing the legal age for purchasing tobacco from 18 to 21. What is your impression of the difficulties that we're going to face, even though we do know that this is an important issue for us to face? Like, why would people clap back against what we're trying to do?
Well, whenever you're proposing a new change, it's going to be hard, and it's going to be hard, for people who are current users, for them to say, well, why do I have to change? And I've always been able to purchase before. So take, for example, an 18-year-old and who is 19 now or 20. For them, if the policy does change, then they can't buy a product that they used to buy before. So it's going to be change is difficult, for them.
So do you know, like, any politicians who would be willing to help us with this?
Well, we know from past that the Village of Dolton did change their policies to increase different fines. They made a policy to raise the legal age to 18. Before there was no legal age. So for them to do a policy back in 2010 and then redo another policy in 2015 to strengthen it, I'm pretty sure that the village is on board with saving the youth health from now and even into the future.
Why do you feel like this issue is important to our community?
Well, it's very important because we want the next generation of youth not to be hooked on tobacco products. You want to have kids grow up in an environment that's free of tobacco smoke. No more secondhand smoke, no more litter on the ground that we know is not only visually polluting, but it's also polluting the environment.
Well, thank you for your opinion today.
All right, thank you.
Hi, I'm Nasia Ruffin, and I'm here with EPIC, Engaging Youth for a Positive Change, and I'm here with Lawrence, and he's a firefighter. Hi, how are you doing? And we're going to talk about how we need a new change, which was to raise the age from 18 to 21 to be able to purchase a tobacco product. So my first question for you is, so what do you think are effective advocacy strategies?
I believe having more restrictions and harsher penalties for those who continue to sell tobacco to youth.
That's good. How do you think youth in general could become more involved in policy advocacy?
Just continue to speak up and educate themselves on the effects of tobacco long term, and if you're deciding to smoke, this is what you have to look forward to. So,
What do you think our group could do for the current advocacy campaign?
continue what you've been doing, speaking up and being a voice in the community, and educating yourself and educating the community more so into learning more, like I said, about the effects of tobacco and what it can do to your body. That's the best education.
And I'm Nasia Ruffin, and we will get back to you later. Have a nice day.
After learning the benefits of not becoming addicted to tobacco at a young age, the BOOC youth wanted to encourage local municipalities to raise the tobacco purchase age to 21.
My name is David Summers. I'm 15 and I volunteer for BOOC and T21. And BOOC stands for Building Our Own Community. T21 is for us to prevent 18-year-olds from buying tobacco.
And with you, I started smoking when I was 15. I started by taking my mother's cigarettes because she smoked cool, what they call them, double O's, cools. And I'll take one here and there. And then I became addicted to smoking, okay? So I commend you all, and maybe if you all even want to do a walk, I'm sure the trustees, we can put something together where you can walk for your cause, so you can stop and raise the age to 21. Good evening, everyone. I'm Trustee Valerie Stubbs from the Village of Dolton, and I was invited here today by BOOC. I'm also here to kick off the campaign for Tobacco 21 and to join these young people here in getting the age limit raised from 18 to 21 in order to buy tobacco in the state of Illinois, because there's a lot of kids out here also have cancer, leukemia due to secondhand smoke. So if your parent is smoking and you're in the house, it's a possibility, and you might not have had a cigarette in your life, but someone in your home is smoking. So, I'll give you my card. You call me. I invite you all out to the board meeting, and maybe you can be instrumental in our decision of raising the price from, what is a pack of cigarettes out here, about $11?
Yes, probably.
To a pack. Are they 13? Well,
depending on the brand.
Well, we're gonna try to put them out of reach.
right.
People ain't gonna like that, but we're gonna try to put them out of reach. My name is Robert E. Pearson Jr. I'm trustee for the Village of Dolton. I'm here with BOOC today. BOOC stands for Building Our Own Community. I'm honored to be here with the youth who that want to raise the age limit from 18 to 21 for buying cigarettes. So I'm here to do whatever I can to help with the legislation of being able to raise the age limit because so many of our youth are smoking, and it would be a great thing if we could put this in the obstacle in the way so that they can't start smoking and hopefully never start smoking, but they won't be able to buy cigarettes to the age of 21. So we'll reach out along with these youth to our state senator and our state representatives to make this happen.
And we also have some stores that's out here that we are aware of that sell loosies, and they're selling it to the kids. And we have talked to our chief of police, Chief Collins, and he have did some raids to stop the gas stations from selling to our youths out here. And he's selling like single cigarettes. So I am truly honored to be here with you all and your cause, and anything that we can do as trustees. And what we do, we pass resolutions. We pass resolutions and ordinance. That's what we do here in the village. And we're what we call home rule. So we, as long as it's in the guidelines of the state, we're allowed to make our own rules. So a great thing is for you guys to come to one of our meetings. They're held the first and third Monday of every month. And when we have citizens address, you could either go up and present your case at citizens address, or we'll be more than happy to put you on our agenda so you can talk to the residents and the other board members and the mayor to present your case that you're working on. And we have no problem with supporting you. You have our full support, and I'm sure we can talk to the other trustees, because the trustees we handle all the ordinance, all the resolutions. We're the ones that implement those and pass them. That's our job, to create law, along with the finance. But a great thing, again, would be for you guys to go to Springfield. They will be more than happy to have you and be a representative from the Village of Dolton and BOOC and let them know who you are.
Because they don't hear from the youth a lot. And so this is very positive. It's upbeat. It's doing the right thing. And it would do them good to hear from the youth. I mean, just imagine talking to your senator at this age about something positive and shed the light on something good. All you hear about all the time is gangbangers and thugs and people getting shot and carjacking. And here you young folks are talking about stop and smoke. Raising the age.
Earlier you mentioned that the police did a raid on some of the stores that were selling cigarettes to younger people. What, besides like fines, because we read earlier that there were increased fines, if someone were to continue selling to an underage group, what would be the repercussions?
The repercussion behind the action from selling drugs, it is a drug, selling tobacco to an underage child, is a possibility that they can be in prison.
And that would have to happen 3 times before?
I am not quite sure about how many offenses one have to have in order to be locked up and charged, but the fines are pretty stiff. Matter of fact, Trustee Pearson is he's the chairperson for our Police and Fire Commission.
And what actually happened, there was 2 places that sold to minors, and between the 2 they were fined $20,000. And we think that they tipped off some of the other stations, because when we went to some of the other stations they wouldn't sell to a minor. But there's things that could happen. We could have them close for a certain length of time, like a week or 10 days or whatever. And we could ultimately put them out of business because they make a lot of money on it, and that's why they do it. They go and buy cigarettes for $5 to $10 a carton, and then they come back and sell them for $1 a cigarette, and end up making, I think it's what's in there,
20.
20 times 10 is 200 cigarettes. That's $200 a carton, and if they pay $10,
No, a pack. There are 20 cigarettes in
In
a
a
pack.
pack.
yeah, that's why I said 200 in a carton.
Okay.
So 200, that's $200 at $1 a cigarette. And then when they make $190 profit, and so they make a lot of money, and to pay $10,000 fine to them is nothing because they're making so much. But the goal for us is we're going to be doing more raids, more and more raids, and trying to catch them, and it's very difficult. They keep them hid in the gas stations. They don't have to let you in unless you're actually doing a raid. But we want to stop them. We know that they're selling these loosies out there, and they're selling packs of cigarettes with stamps from other states and all kind of illegal activity, and we'll eventually catch them all.
Why do you want to raise the age from 18 to 21 for buying cigarettes?
My name is Jacob Summers. I'm a part of BOOC, that means Building Our Own Community. I'm 13. I'm a part of the BOOCbotics, the camp. BOOCbotics is a robot team that helps people and ourselves by building robots, going to competitions, and competing. And I've been to 2 so far. Well, because I still figure 18 as like a teenager, and like some 18-year-olds still have habits of like childlike hooligan hoodlum things, like stealing, doing like little small things that are very inappropriate. And I don't think smoking should like encourage them to do that, because like when you're like smoking, you get like kind of like high, and I don't really like to like influence that on other people that see that, and I really just don't like smoking in general. If you smoke, it's okay, but like secondhand, I don't want to be around people that smoke, because it's annoying and it just aggravates me to see someone smoke.
Why do you want to raise the age from 18 to 21?
My name is Lanoya Pearson. I work at BOOC, Build Our Own Community, and I volunteer for Tobacco 21. I want to be something positive for the community.
Well, 18, still being a young adult. I mean, like the kid's brain is still developing, and using tobacco and all these toxic, drugs to your brain is like developing into it, so it make a higher risk for future diseases and lung cancer and all that.
And a question for all you all, what about pregnant mothers that smoke? Do it have any type of effect on the unborn child?
When you're pregnant, you want your body to be at its healthiest. That's why they tell you that you want to eat well, that you want to do, certain exercises, make sure you get enough water, and just take care of yourself. And smoking tobacco, even if you're not pregnant, you're just kind of destroying your body. So you're making your womb a hostile environment for the child, and it will be sometimes you can't lose your child. And other times they'll be born with defects, or they'll be born prematurely or born sick, and no mother would want that for their child. Hi, my name is LaNiece. I'm 17. In the fall, I'll be a freshman at the Home by the Sea, Hampton University. And I've been a part of BOOC since, I would say, 8th grade, freshman year. I was on the robotics team. I did the tobacco prevention program for about 3 years. And each year it's gotten better, so I'm really hopeful for what's going to happen this year. Building Our Own Community is doing exactly that with the robotics program, the tobacco, the food pantry, everything. So I'm just glad to be a part of it. I also think it's important to raise the age from 18 to 21, because at 18 you're still coming into who you are. Like, even though people turn 18 and they're like, I'm grown, well, like, you don't really know yourself that much yet, and you want to start going down the path of something that you're going to be addicted to before you have a complete understanding of who you are without it. and it's just not a good path to go down. So even though 21 is still kind of young to me, it would be more beneficial for them not to be able to start so young at 18.
Anything you guys want to ask us? What we do on a daily basis?
Yes, what do you all do on a daily basis?
What do you all do?
My name is Tavares Williams. I am 17 years old. I am an employee of BOOC. It means building our own community. I am a mentor with the kids. I am a part of the community board, which is an honor. I'm glad that they selected me to be on the board, and I look forward.
I'm a retired school teacher. I taught elementary education for 22 years. Hello, my name is Trustee Deborah Denton, newly elected trustee. I'm here today with BOOC. I am excited in working with this team of youth in helping to pass Tobacco Bill 21. I wish this had been in place when I was at their age, then maybe I wouldn't have become a smoker. I hope this bill gets passed. I will do everything I can do as a trustee to help these youth get our future in check. The children are our future, and it's up to us to show them the way and help them to get to that place. Thank you. And I've been retired now 1 year.
1 year.
And I don't know how to stay retired because I ran for office and now I'm a trustee for the Village of Dolton. So I keep pretty busy.
I'm the plant manager at the Steel Service Center. The Steel Service Center that I work for, we sell to the can manufacturers. So when you open up a food can, it might have come from my company. We also do decorative cans. So when you go in the store and you see the popcorn and caramel corn and butter corn in a can, a decorative can, or you go into Mrs. Fields to buy cookies and they have the cookie tins, that's tin plate. We also sell to the automotive industry. When you see gaskets and cans of oil or anything like that, that comes from us. I've been there 42 years. I'm ready to retire, but they won't let me retire. I've been a trustee here in Dolton. This is my 5th year. I do enjoy it. It's hard work because our village needs a lot to come back to what it was when I moved out here, which was 34 years ago. And 34 years ago, we were full of restaurants and stores. We had our own Kmart and Red Lobster and Ponderosa and all those good things. And so I enjoy being a trustee because I can help mold this town back to what it used to be.
And I'm a retired Cook County Sheriff for 33 years. And I have a love for people. And you guys are my future of tomorrow. And as Cook County Sheriff, I worked at 26 in California. And I worked in various places there. I worked for the criminally insane. I seen a lot of young men there and a lot of young women there at the age of 17. And that was, and actually I think, I was trying to see, did I meet Bishop Davis there? No. I probably was protesting with Bishop Davis somewhere. But I have a love for my community. I've been out here 17 years. I've been active in my community for 17 years. I've been involved with the youth commissioner for Dolton. And I would like to pass the torch. This is, I have 2 more years on my term. It's a 4-year term. And I think I want to retire because I've been doing this for 36 years, active in my community. And you guys just have started. I definitely want to make sure that you get some information on your senator. And even if I can talk to one of the trustees and him and I together can sponsor a kid to go to Springfield, because that's definitely where you need to start, and you need to start with your state representative and lobby for raising the age to 21, you definitely need to come to our studio and put your message out that you want to lobby, you want a bill passed, you want some our state rep, because they have to start in the House of Representatives first, and you want to lobby to one of our state reps, either Will Davis or Thaddeus Jones or both of them, to pass your bill to raise the legal age to 21. That's how you start. But you're more than welcome to come, and we'll help you come to our village, use our studio to put your message out.
And they're doing a wonderful job. I know that it's a challenge. I went to school at Thornridge. I know how it was 20 years ago. So, living here now and being able to see the changes and the difference in the community, I understand what you have ahead of you. And, you guys are for the task. I know you are. So great.
We want to thank you, Patrice, for inviting us.
Thank you.
And thank you all.
You have to get back with the kids. I've been away a year. I need to get back with my peeps.
People who can make, when you talk about who's going to do something, it ain't nothing we can do. These are the people that are your hands and your ears and your eyes. You tell them what your concerns are. So while we're talking about tobacco prevention, this is the process for everything. Because I know when we first started doing tobacco prevention, the question was, well, what about the marijuana? What about the drugs? What about all this other stuff that's available to the people in the community? We want to address that too, but you have to learn the process. We picked tobacco because we were gratefully funded by the Cook County Department of Public Health so that we can learn the process, but they want us to help them push this policy change for tobacco. So learn the process. The object right now, the topic today right now is tobacco prevention, but this is for everything. Your trustee here just had a gun buyback program not so long ago. So if you want guns off the streets, this is the same process. So all the stuff that we're doing is the same process. You want to bring positive things to your community, this is the same process. So please internalize the process. Don't get distracted like this is tobacco and we don't really have to deal with that. No, you have to deal with that. You have to deal with that and many other things, but learn this process. Get to know these people. I mean, from hanging out, how long you can stay at the park at nighttime. These are the people that you have to talk to. So learn this process and get to know these people. That's all I wanted to